If you are lying in bed, unable to sleep, I came across this video, then I guess your policy is currently inactive. Or you can put your left foot on top of your right foot to look at it. This is a relaxing RV snow camping trip. After reading this, I guarantee you'll sleep until you naturally wake up the next day every time. Without further ado, let's begin today's bedtime story. Frelgid, in the depths of winter. It was snowing heavily at the time. Artie with his wife and daughter, driving into this white, frigid land. The snow trip I promised my daughter last year. It was finally fulfilled. The man who had been silently filming for 2.5 hours intended to. Did you agree? Vision was blurry at this moment. This forced him to drive slowly. He drove this big yellow RV. Drive into the jungle clearing on the right. Intending to be in this white zone where blizzards are constantly occurring. Set up temporary positions. As soon as ATI got off the car, he excitedly opened his mouth. He put a mouthful of snow in his mouth. Then, he first attached the RV's extendable link to the door. At this time, the wind and snow continued, but their family had long ago accustomed to such low winter temperatures. At this moment, Atti's daughter finally woke up from her nap in the front row. Crawling into the carriage, however, the space inside the carriage was much larger than I had imagined. The house is fully equipped with all the necessary facilities. Even heating. The systems all use a flue gas system in conjunction with a stove. But ATI's heavy-duty motorhome is not so simple. But after he opened the tailgate with one click, only then did I discover the hidden secret of the carriage. ATI climbed onto the parking space platform, then slowly opened the tailgate. The wooden interior of the car door instantly transformed into a ceiling. Used the two peel off the windproof, transparent plastic sheeting on all 4 sides. Then secure it to the rear connection point. This vehicle, heavy-duty motorhomes can expand the space. Under such heavy snow, house. The car was finally displayed in its entirety before ATI. This kind of shelter was exactly what he had in mind, a source of security. Indoor temperature. An integrated RV heater is then used. Portable heating system. It can also heat hot water. Then, ATI jumped down. Take the table and chairs out of the storage box. After completing the tool setup in the expansion cabin, ATI climbed from the front of the car onto the roof. The blizzard had covered the car roof with snow. He cleared the snow from the air vents on the roof of the car and simply handled other locations. This family RV snow camping trip officially kicked off. To maintain the indoor temperature rise to a warm level, Artie will cut and stockpile the firewood in advance, stuff it into the stove, and light it. Outside, it was a freezing, snowy landscape of -20 degrees Celsius. Continuous wind and snow. This makes the room feel more cozy. Above the front of the car is a layer. A bedroom converted from a small mezzanine. Clean the windows above. You can also observe the starry sky at night. In this little nest, wrapped in a moat, makes my daughter feel very safe. At this moment, a dim yellow light emanated from the stove. Above, a fan transfers heat into the room. The storm outside blew the snowflakes at an angle. They, however, were preparing for a grand exhibition inside their warm RV. Cooking. Using the car's cooling system to maintain the refrigerator's low temperature. The wife took the raw meat out of the refrigerator. Pour into the peach pot. Then place it on the stove and start heating. As night fell, the temperature also dropped sharply. The sky outside the car gradually turned blue. At this time, the outside was still experiencing continuous strong winds and snow. The lights of dusk illuminated this white land. The sound of firewood crackling in the stove. It's so good at helping you sleep. And indoor heating. The system consists of heaters and furnaces. The indoor temperature reached 25 degrees Celsius at this time. Feeling a bit hot, ATI rolled up the car window. Start to breathe. Azure filled his vision. This kind of RV camping life. This has always been what our family of 3 has been pursuing. However, not everyone can achieve such a tacit understanding. Step onto this road. Atti's wife was extremely virtuous and considerate. In the evening, the wife placed 3 sets of kitchen utensils on the table. The aroma of the fried meat in the pot. The sound instantly spread to every corner of the car. He added another bowl of soybeans to the pot and stirred. The outside environment was pitch black. This further enhances the cozy feeling inside the RV. A family of 3 sat inside, enjoying their meal and chatting, waiting for dinner to cook. You can also get off the bus and take a walk. Evening snowstorm longing. Such snowfall. What truly made me understand the concept of a downpour. Next, the wife added 3 plates to the teacher's rice. Next, a stew, which had been simmering for 2.5 hours, was poured into a plate. 3 steaming hot Turkish dishes. Dinner was laid out on the table. The house is very cozy. It was impossible to tell at this moment. The blizzard outside caused severe weather and flooding. The whole forest. ATI dipped his hand into the chicken blood to test the blood's back. Snow, depth of nearly 25 centimeters. He was greatly shocked. This extremely heavy snowfall was accompanied by a sharp drop in temperature. The snow on the exterior of the RV had long since frozen into ice. It's like giving the RV a protective coating. Such extreme cold weather. This place is gradually transforming into a fairy tale world. At this time, the roof and window positions of the RV completely covered by snow. Artie climbed back onto the roof of the vehicle and began clearing the snow. The rear of the car had already formed a dense array of icicles. Boaty had no choice but to keep shoveling the snow off the top. Take a short rest outside. The couple felt a chill. So I reopened the car door and returned to warmth. He returned to the house. Place a thick sleeping bag on the sofa. Then I called my daughter to sleep on the sofa. Then give your daughter a kiss on the forehead. Say good night. Finally, with his wife, and climbed onto the small bed above the front of the car. Start resting. If you scroll to this point, well then, have a good night's sleep, and see you next time. When the outside is ravaged by fierce winds and snow. This 14-ton apocalypse level heavy-duty RV. Absolutely the safest shelter. Bulletproof polyurethane body coating. The interior is luxurious and spacious. There are also various heating facilities and seating areas. When snow is falling heavily outside, you can enjoy delicious food, even with an open kitchen. When tired, crawl into the bedroom above to rest. Frelgud, during the blizzard period. It was already a white expanse. Temperature dropped to minus 20 degrees Celsius. This kind of harsh weather was exactly what the couple longed for. Camping in the mountains. Boaty was already familiar with the route. Install snow chains on the tires in advance. Then travel at a speed of 2.5 miles per hour. After all, the road was winding and muddy. If things go wrong, we might get stuck in a quagmire. Whenever I see the large lake surface on the left, this means they have arrived at their safe haven. A secluded geographical environment nestled against mountains and beside water. Furthermore, there is a water supply facility under the pine tree. It can provide the two with an inexhaustible water source. However, for this type of heavy-duty the vehicle body must be kept level. Otherwise, it will affect the overall center of gravity of the vehicle. After adjusting the front of the car, ensured the level was exactly 0 degrees. You can then forcefully pull out the RV's extension panel and the folding ladder used for entry and exit. Secure it firmly to the door sill. Easy to enter and exit. As the howling wind and blizzard subsided, ATI opened the car door and entered. Take off the wet and heavy snow boots. Open the car windows to let in light. Anyone who has seen this RV knows its 4x4 space requirement. Therefore, it is necessary to use an automatic winch. Lower the tailgate. Then push the car door open forcefully. This will allow you to expand your space. Seeing this, you're probably thinking, the heat is all gone. Therefore, ATI already had a countermeasure. A brand new set of thickened, transparent liner. According to the reserved space on the edge of the car door and the Velcro, this will seal the space perfectly. Braving a blizzard, with temperatures dropping to minus 10 degrees Celsius, the installation of the rear extension is finally complete. ATI would always take a bite whenever it snowed. The expansion layer is now complete, but the roof of the car was already covered with snow. This is not good news for Artie's RV. It will affect the solar panels. Therefore, it is still necessary to sweep away the snow regularly. To be completed. AT was already shivering from the cold. Although it has a built-in heater for heating in the RV. But the temperature of the large fireplace is self-evident. Besides single sofas, there are also beds available. Aerodynamic guide above the front of the car. It has long been transformed into a comfortable little home. When a biting cold wind was still blowing outside, the interior fireplace was already burning brightly. Storage on the side of the vehicle. Take out the furniture. The two of them packed together. The restaurant is different from For example, this Manquette open kitchen. And under such a magnificent snow scene, naturally, one should enjoy a performance. Relax your mind and body. As darkness fell, the interior lights of dusk intertwined with blue tones. The two divided the work for the day. The refrigerator on the side of the sofa is essential. Being able to have a fresh dinner in the wild. Dim lights illuminated the snow. The sense of security of emotion. Adding some zombies would make it perfect. To avoid getting frozen grass on the car body at night, Atty then got out of the car and dealt with the situation. Wait for it to heat up for a while. The noodles in the pot were already steaming hot. The chicken thigh meat was crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. Chicken leg noodles for one person. It can definitely dispel all fatigue. Blizzards often live on the mountain. The snow on the ground was as distinct as grains of sugar. After getting out of the car and testing the engine, you can come back and rinse. A hot drink, brewing up to sleep today. Until late at night. The illness was already covered by heat. Outside, seemingly gentle snowflakes were falling. The temperature had already plummeted to nearly minus 20 degrees Celsius. The surrounding environment was thoroughly inspected to ensure safety. Only then did the two feel safe enough to turn off the lights. Climb up to the bedroom. The sense of security that was once protected has been lost. If you are lying in bed, unable to sleep, I came across this video. I guess you're lying on your side right now. Or you can put your left foot on top of your right foot to look at it. This is a relaxing, snowy RV camping trip. After reading this, I guarantee you'll sleep soundly until you naturally wake up next year. Without further ado, let's begin today's bedtime story. Ionia, in early winter, a biting blizzard was falling. In the sky, the torrential snow instantly buried both sides of the forest. Stepping into this no man's 10 minutes to transform a forest into a silver-clad landscape. After driving for more than 2 hours, we finally stopped at this open space. ATI got out of the car to check the surrounding environment and ensure safety. This converted camper van. I've been with them for 4 years. My wife and I had long regarded it as a new house. The interior of the covered truck is quite luxurious. Not only does it have a complete set of vehicle accessories system, there is also a heater. Dual temperature protection, in conjunction with old-fashioned stoves. The house is fully equipped with all the necessary amenities and has excellent natural lighting. The rear of the greenhouse vehicle. It also contains RT's secret weapon. Perfect fit. The extension board at the rear of the vehicle slowly rose. At the same time, ATI pulled the tailgate upwards. Such expansion. The extra layer undoubtedly added several square meters of space to the caravan. The expanded space is fixed with 4 corner brackets. In such a low temperature environment, they are wrapped in a thick layer of transparent wood cloth. This is undoubtedly a superb location for enjoying the snow scenery. At this moment, ATI climbed up from the front of the vehicle, due to the chimney cover of the old-fashioned stove. It is currently in the off state. He needs to replace it with only smoke hoods can be used for fire. Before this trip, they had already stockpiled firewood in advance. Cutting firewood in such icy and snowy conditions make this snow camping experience truly unforgettable. The blizzard gradually intensified at this time. The forest floor and upper layer are gradually colored by snow. ATI filled the stove with firewood and lit it. As temperatures gradually rise, the windows gradually fogged up. Even if snowflakes spill into the RV, I felt no cold at all. Besides the sofa, which can also be used as a single bed, small mezzanine on the roof of the RV. This is the couple's master bedroom. Although compact, it is still large enough for 2 people to use, and the top sliding window can be opened. Enjoy the night sky. A fierce blizzard raged outside, gradually merging into a white land. And wife, but he lay leisurely on the sofa, letting his mind wander. If you feel hot inside the RV, you can also get off the bus. Have a snowball fight with your wife. ATA's smile never stopped. A man's happiness is that simple. Once the two of them were completely relaxed and happy, the sky gradually darkened. As for his wife's cooking skills, ATI was naturally reassured. As a Turk, his barbecue skills are already superb. First, finely chop the onion and green bell pepper and salt them until fragrant. Next, marinate the meat pieces at home. Add directly to the pan and stir fry. No need to thaw. At this moment, the sky outside entered its blues hour. Dim lighting illuminated this white area. It looks warm. Once the meat is fried until crispy on the outside and tender on the inside, the wife heated a thin layer of dough. Then spread the cooked meat evenly onto the dough. Then wrap it up and press it gently, using the raw oil soaked in the pot. Then the meat patties can be fried until cooked. Because his wife was busy setting out the tableware, I flipped the meat patty again, and it almost burned. Artie smiled indulgently and remained silent. Artie cuts pieces. While comforting her, she said, "Who said the meat patty was burnt? This meat pie is amazing." Artie cut his meat pie into pieces. Place in a dish. Next, pour Turkish yogurt on top. Foamed yogurt, topped with a layer of garlic. The peppermint powder then began to bloom in large chunks. Full of food and water, listening to the strong winds and snow outside, they planned to open the car door and find out what was going on. The retractable ladder, which had been hit by a blizzard, was completely covered. The density of snow in the air gradually increased. Thus, the two reached the climax of their camping trip. After enjoying the beautiful winter snow scenery, AT started to worry that the RV wouldn't start. After starting the car and testing it, it turned out I had worried too much. Frozen snow. The flowers covered the exterior of the RV with a layer of ice, but the engine was unharmed. Reassured, the two returned to the car. Just a few minutes. Time will cover the down jacket with a layer of white snow. Ati handed a thicker quilt to his wife. As ATI's weight gradually increased, the small indentation in the front of the car gradually Not suitable for 2 people. The hazy morning light woke them the next day. When I opened my eyes again, the sky outside was still clear and blue. The snow and ice on the exterior of the RV melted, thawing into a crystal pendant, before lighting a fire to warm it up. ATI first cleared the snow from the top, otherwise, the temperature of the stove will rise by 10 degrees Celsius after ignition. Water accumulation on the roof is quite troublesome. Old-fashioned wood that burned all night. The furnace was filled with ashes. At this moment, the two entered different parts of the RV. Start washing up. And his wife wasn't idle either. Heat oil directly in a wok. Add homemade sliced sausages to the pot. I fried it with some tofu and eggs. A delicious breakfast. It will open their new day. In such a snowy and icy place. Experience the last RV camping trip. It has always been a favorite of the ATI family. The harsher the environment, the stronger the wind and snow. They felt more relaxed. Then return to driving. Drive into the next snow camping trip.